I'm on the way to the allotment, I thought I would give you a little film of my shortcut, which is totally not safe. However, let's risk it for the biscuit. Let's take you there. So I always try and make sure that there's nobody around when I go in this bit. Oh, dog ball. I'm hoping it's not too wet so I don't slide on my butt. Okay. Down and up. Ooh. It's never easy. I don't know how much longer I can do this route for, because once the wetter weather sets in, that becomes a mound of slippery mud. So yeah, I'm not sure how that'll go, but I mean, look how beautiful my walk is when I come this way. I do have to watch because there are massive cracks in the ground. This is where I picked a lot of my blackberries from this summer. And these trees are stunning. I mean, let's just stop and admire that. And then we got some that are changing colour just around the corner that look beautiful. More blackberry bushes here, and then look at the stunning bushes here. So that is the original site, and then mine is off to the right. Look how beautiful. There's the berries in the tree. And then round the corner I go. I didn't get jump scared by the cat this time, which is always a positive. And then we have another tree. This is one of my favourite trees, just on the end here. And here we go. Here is my allotment site. Oh, found a hole just inside here. So it's not too far from my home, but it's a lot longer walk when the weather's not great to go all the way around the outside. So I'm sure you recognise these water butts. I go up and down it enough, and here we are. And what a lovely surprise, my brand new rhubarb I've just popped in is already sprouting. Excellent. Oh, I've got some rubbish in these. Need to get them out. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got lots of overripe peas and beans down here, and these sunflowers are still holding on. Great. Let's have a look straight away at the cauliflowers covered in aphids. That's not a good sign. That's also not good. I've got none here. And do I have one? Oh, I have a lovely big one here. Look at that. I'll be harvesting that bad boy today. Let's have a look at the onion beds. I need to definitely look a little bit closer to see if the onions are missing, but it doesn't look like anything's been dug out. And we have a nice row of, what did I plant here? A Swiss chard. So that is all Swiss chard that has come up. The other row hasn't come up as of yet. Definitely need to take the cover off this one. There doesn't look to be anything happening on this one. And I do see a couple of onions on its side, which means the rats have probably been in here. Okay. So far, so good. Let's just check out this brassica bed. Okay, so a couple of it seems to have gone sideways, so I need to sort that out. And some of the kale's definitely been eaten, yeah, look, you can see where it's moved away from the edge here, so I need to get that sorted today. My Savoys, do they need picking? No, I think I can go a little bit longer on that Savoy. Definitely on these ones here. Yeah, these sunflowers need to come out now, bless them. Okay, and those pumpkins definitely look like they've seen better days. Okay, let's put everything away. Some things have blown over, that's to be expected. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing that can't be fixed. And the watering cans, that's fine. The big bed here, not quite sure why there's cardboard there. The cardboard should be all around the edges. So let's pop that back up. And that one's doing okay. Nothing else has fallen. The shed door is still shut. Oh, let's have a look at the water butt with all that rain we had. Okay, lots of spiders up there. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. Oh, it's not very full. It's not filling up very fast. It's really strange that all this rain's coming down, but we're not getting any water in the butt. Okay, so like I thought, the runner beans would have fallen over, which I knew that was going to happen. Which is fine. Let me just see if I can pull it back a little bit. All these random sticks in here. Okay, so as you know, one of the jobs was going to be, if they haven't gone to seed yet, to cut them down at the roots. So that's definitely going to be done today, because as you can see, they are still producing. So I will take off the smaller ones as a harvest, leave the bigger ones on there to dry out, because they're not even attempting to dry out. I've got a pole here which we need to take off the potatoes. So these potatoes need to be moved because they are not getting enough sun, so they need to be moved, but the rest seem to be okay. We have some flowering here. So these are the Christmas potatoes for myself and my mum. Right, now here is the test. The good old courgette that's done me proud. So I've got lots of small heads in there and lots of unpollinated ones there. Flowers here and courgettes here, but again, I mean, that one's been eaten. They're just not getting any bigger, so they can come out today. So the ones that I did have there before I went away are not there now. Whether that's because they've been eaten or they've just died away, I don't know. But definitely got some lovely, not so much there lovely, but some lovely Swiss chard here. That's looking really good. That's really, really good. I'm happy with that. So at least we have that. So the mystery garlic from last year, we've got 2. That's okay. 2 out of the 3 that we had there, because the third one did get munched. That's good. And the green manures are coming out. Excuse the wind. So they're looking good. And my daughter's sunflowers are still providing very big heads. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a bumblebee on that one. Sorry, Mr. Bumblebee, I disturbed you. And that one's not even produced yet. Oh, another bumblebee on that one. And down here, right, let's check out the swede. Let's check out the Christmas swede. How are we doing here? We definitely have a swede in here, but it's nowhere near big enough yet. And do we have a second swede? I don't want to disturb. Yes, we have a second swede in there, so that'll be 2 swedes for Christmas. Yummy. Marigolds are still doing well. The green manures haven't come out as well in this bed as what they have in the other bed, but they've done well in this bed, and I'm definitely going to have some spring onions today to harvest. Okay, and this cover is pretty pointless considering all of the wind, and I'd say definitely some of them have been eaten. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, they were only the spares. And then the pak choy bed, oh, these have been destroyed. So these pak choys will come out today. So that means noodles for dinner. But these, you can see how badly these have been chomped on right down to the stalk. This one's okay, so I'm going to leave that one as a gesture of goodwill. And that one seems to be okay. It just seems to be they enjoying that one. And my one Swede is doing really well there. So hopefully we'll have 3 Swedes for Christmas. And then this is where the pumpkins were, and I got my mum to take them all out, but looking at them, she didn't take them out at all. That was one of her jobs for this week, and they're still in here. So I will take them out today, even that one, because the slightest bit of frost and they will die. The frost has killed off that one as well. Okay, so my raspberry bush is pretty much laid on the floor. Okay. As soon as I try and grab a berry, this berry has gone over. Oh my goodness, that's how bad the wind is today. My goodness. Right, let's quickly grab this other berry while I'm in here. There's 2 here. So, you can see these berries have gone over where I've been away, not been picked. But they're still going to taste good, and I have lots of strawberries again. So as long as they haven't all been eaten. Yes, my brassica bed is moving in that wind. Let's get that done first, I think. So we've got strawberries here. Some have been eaten, some haven't. That one's been eaten, but that's good. That's good that they're still producing. They are definitely a late variety. My stems, I need to get them home. And my olive tree, which is not even a year old yet. We still got olives on there. We did have some olives on there. Yes, we have. Look at that, an olive on there. FYI, I absolutely hate olives. Pretty much as much, if not more, as green peppers. So yeah, so this is everything. I'm pleasantly surprised on how well everything has done. Except the cage. Let me show you how much that is moving. That's a lot. I need to get that staked in ASAP without the tools, because I haven't brought no tools with me today because I walked. Okay. These raspberries, by the way, taste absolutely delicious. Oh shit. That wind just blew me into that bed then. That's how strong the wind is. And my sorrel's doing mad as well. Oh, the dragon beans. They started dying off yet? No. So I'll cut them at the base as well today. Hey, lots to do. So nice to be able to walk on this bit now. Oh, let me just show you the pumpkins a close up. So that one is dying off. I've got one down here, which is fine. This one here, I've got frost damage. And where is my green one gone? My green one has fallen off due to the wind. The green one is squashy, so that's not going to work either. So I might just pull these out as well. What a shame we had those grass frosts, because I had a lot more pumpkins growing. Okay, and this one over here is trailing away here. Now, I know there was pumpkins on here, but they seem to have gone. So they've probably been eaten by the rats too. We have some lovely weeds growing here. Brilliant. And there's a rhubarb here that looks dead. So that needs some good compost around it. Marigolds are no good as well. And we all know what we do with marigolds. Let's just sprinkle them all out. Oh, the whole plant. Yeah, I'd say this bed is pretty dry. So the idea is to put something on the outside, quite far into the ground, I'd say at least half this height, and then attach this piece of wood here where it's bowing at the top here, and pull this whole bed up, and then do the same the other end. Okay, so these winds are getting so much worse, so I've tried to secure a piece here, which it has held up, and I've just tried to do a piece here, but that's already come down. The whole front of the bed is completely leaning over. Now it's like this, and then that piece of wood up here, I mean this shouldn't be anywhere near here, I should be able to walk through here. This has just come off and smashed me in the head. So I've had to, ow! I've just had to SOS to get some help because I need someone to hold this frame or the whole thing is going to go. Okay, so I can't do anything with the brassica bed until my help arrives. So what I'm going to do is harvest what I need to harvest now. So when help arrives I can give it to them, they can take it in the car, and then I can stay here a bit longer to fix the things that need fixing, because absolutely everything looks like it's just going to fall apart. This wind is probably the worst we've had this side of summer. Abandoned ship, or plot shall I say. Help did arrive. We did jimmy up the bed as best as we could, and I did another 5 or 10 more minutes, but the wind got so much worse. Storm Amy was not kind on my plot on this particular time, so I had to leave, and it was a whole week before I came back to the plot, and this is what I came back to. Some beautiful sunflowers and marigolds, some spring onions that had finally, well, most of them big enough for me to pick, so that's definitely going to be a potato salad in my fridge over the next few days. These came out really easily as well, so that's a good sign that the soil there is really good and it's not as dry as what it was, so that's always a bonus. So a nice good bunch of those, I think. I was happy with that. A nice bunch. That's 2 bunches from this lot. It was literally a half packet of seeds that I had left lying around. I thought I'll just bung them in this bed, and I got some lovely spring onions from them. They did well in this bed. I'll have to remember that one for next year. I have got a couple more seed packets, but I don't really want to open them just yet because I've got some growing at home. So on we go to the other beds. It was pretty much the same as it was the week before, not too much change. I had some pak choy that needed to be harvested. The plot's still suffering with a little bit of flea beetle. You're going to get slug damage, although it hasn't rained like in a week, and even when it did rain, it really wasn't wet. We're still getting stuff in these beds, eating everything. So I pulled out some weeds. That's a little tomato plant. Bearing in mind I don't have any tomatoes on my plot, so that's come from somebody else. The leaves on these pak choi have been eaten to shreds, but there's enough on there for me to do a freezer bag full and keep them in the freezer for the winter period. I'll probably only get 2 or 3 meals out of them. Not everybody likes pak choi, but I like to have them with some chili oil. I think they're really nice like that with some ramen. So I took out what I could take out. That was big enough, really. There's a few small ones in there, but I don't imagine they'll amount to much, if I'm honest. So yeah, some pak choi and some spring onions so far, in a bit of a mismatched bed, that one, but I'm keeping it going because of the Swede that's in there. Who doesn't love a nice big good fat Swede? Onto the onion bed, I have a nice long row there of Swiss chard that has germinated. A few other bits and pieces, the radish, which I didn't think was supposed to come up until next year in spring, they've actually started to germinate because it's been so mild. A few onions have popped their head through, but not as many as I'd like. I'd like to see a little bit more sign of life, and I'm not quite getting that just yet. Onto the Swiss chard. That has been there quite a few months now. So once I took away all of the squash, this has really had a good boost. It had a really good feed as well in the week, and it's doing really well. I'm just going to hold off on that for a little bit longer, cut it all back, and then freeze it all. The potato seems to be doing a bit better now. We've put a little bit of space in between each pot as well. So the runner beans are dying off, but the beans themselves are very much not dying off, as you can see, which is frustrating because I really wanted to harvest the beans and can them, but that's not going to happen if this carries on. Look how long it is. It's literally from fingertip to forearm. It's absolutely huge. A bit of a mess to clear up on the plot. There is a lot of mess to cut up and put in the compost bin. Keeping on top of it is a little bit difficult at the moment. I've got a lot to do at home where I'm putting in new pieces that really need my attention. So when I came down on this day, I really just worked really hard, really fast on pulling things out that don't need to be there anymore, and I had an absolutely lovely surprise, which you will see in a minute. As you can see, I was absolutely over the moon seeing a robin. Who doesn't love a robin? I mean, it clearly didn't see my camera there, but it jumped down onto where the camera was and then hopped across a little bit and flew off. I did pick some worms from pulling all of the squash out, and I did put them in a little space, but he'd already flown off by then. I'd taken a couple of pictures of him. He was quite close, and I just kept talking to him so he could hear my voice, because I've learnt from Emma's diary, that robins recognise your voice, and I just thought, wow, it was so quiet up there this evening. And if it means going up in the evenings just so I can see a little bit more of nature that I don't see when I'm there first thing in the morning, because it's quite noisy around the plot, not necessarily in the plot, but around the plot. It's very, very noisy with traffic noise, sirens, there's lorries, there's school kids, so it's quite noisy at that time. So I'm definitely thinking maybe a couple of times a week just pop by for half an hour in the evenings and see if I can get the robin to come and take some worms, maybe get a little pot, a little tray, something for the robin to come and have some worms. Let's pop that nice big juicy worm just there. So the robin is just here in the bush. I've just shown him the worm. Let's hope he comes down now to get the worm. It's time to harvest some strawberries. So not very successful with the strawberries. So this is the swede. This is our Christmas swede. That's still going strong in there. That's fantastic. Our tree. These are the plums. So I haven't cut any of these down. So I've been told the new branches for this year. Ooh, that's some kind of bug. So the new branches that are coming off here, that will provide fruit next year. And then we have this one here. It should also be a plum. This is a Victoria plum as well. And this hasn't done anything but grow from the rootstock that it was grafted onto. So that's not great. So I will do a scratch test to see if it is dead. Or it feels very dead. I feel like that could snap quite easily. Yeah, that's very dead. So I think that's going to be no good. I think that one will be pulled up next year. Does look like something's been jumping on the beds, which isn't good. That's probably rats. Let's have a check inside here. Yeah, there's a good chance that was rats, because there's quite a few broken branches here. That's not good. Okay, so let's move all of this, because that should not be on my path, because that's dropping seed all over my path, which I'll have to get out next year. Okay, compost heap, that one's nice and empty, ready for next year. And then that one's cut up nice and small, ready for next year. There will be some compost that will be going on here that's old, just to bring it back to life. We've got weeds growing here. Let's get all these out of the ground, kill them off. That looks like carrot, but it's not. Okay. And the beans definitely are not browning. That's disappointing. The plant has, but the beans haven't. Okay. So this is the gooseberry. Next week we will have our fruit cage up. So all of the soil in these will be used in the compost bin. Oh, this one's not looking very good either. Very dry. The olive tree still has one little olive on it. That's fine. And this bed here, which had the cauliflowers in it, that had a severe aphid problem. is now completely empty, and definitely need to figure out what's going on with the soil. Reference this one. Okay, let's go into the brassica bed. So this is the bed, as you can see, that Storm Amy decided to thrash about. So it's being held up right now. I have no intention of doing anything else until I come up with a firm solution, a permanent idea, shall we say. Oh, we have lots of mushrooms growing in here. That's not good. Let's get these out. Okay, a lot of this has been killed by aphids. I have some small beets down here. The aphids are now all over here. Brilliant. And aphids all over here. So what they're doing is they're coming off of these and they are now going onto my new plants, which was the one thing I didn't want to happen. Okay, I just step over. Yeah, look, they're completely surrounding it. These are all going to die. So, because of these. So, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to come up here with bin bags. I'm going to put bin bags over the top of all of them, cut down all of the stalks and get them out of here before the infestation gets any worse. Because they are literally on everything, covered on everything. Okay, do we have some more beets here? The beets are doing a little bit better than last time I was here. Let's get these up. These are weeds. Okay. Yeah, so although we have Brussels sprouts in there, the aphids and the caterpillars are horrendous. Okay, so after all that hard work of growing all these Brussels and getting them to this stage, they're all going to end up in the bin. I think what I'll do is I'll take them all home, give them a good spray with a hose and see if I can harvest any of the Brussels sprouts. If not, we'll always try again next year. But I'm more concerned with how bad this is. These are really bad, and these are getting eaten really badly by aphids, which means the ants are going to come. I mean, this one's just literally been ruined. Okay. And on here. Oh, I am not going through all of this again. Okay, so these are drying off now. That's excellent because I want to save seed from these ones. Oh, let's have a look. Are these ones ready to be harvested? They are. I think that's it for them ones. Okay, so these are ready. Okay, so what I've managed to do is I've taken the peas and beans out, because what has come up since the last harvest is just some old beans. There were a few nice peas, like here, but I don't really fancy sitting here, I will sit here and go through them all. I haven't got very long, that's the issue. Yeah, the peas weren't looking great. They've got a little bit of mildew on the peas, and there was hardly any beans. So I think because the beans didn't get harvested when they should have been harvested, they've given up the ghost. So yeah, so that's what I've done. So I pulled these off. And I've also taken off the mesh, just just paranoid about the birds getting stuck in it, to be honest. So I've taken the mesh off for now, and nothing else will probably go here at all, really. It will just stay like that because we've got new stuff going in next year, which will be the sweet corn. And I have managed to take off one of the heads that is ready to go, and then a couple small ones which I'll leave for the birds. So that is what I'll do now. I will sit down there and I will pick them. I've decided to pull one of the Savoy cabbages. It's got a lot of bottom leaves, so let's get these off just to see what kind of size it is. So Savoy cabbages are usually quite small. Gosh, I can't even get these off. They are tough as old boots. Pull these off. So these ones are really moth-eaten. They weren't covered by butterfly netting. They were just in the beds with everything else. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Found it. Okay. Let's see if I can take it off that way. So there we have our Savoy cabbage head. There you go, my first Savoy cabbage. I've had other cabbages. This is the first Savoy. This is one of my favourite ones. Okay. Smells nice. So quite a topsy-turvy week with the storm and the aphids again. But thank you very much for watching.